Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven, aka Storm, and we are back for some more of the Elder Scrolls Online as Reewish, the Mighty Battle Lizard. Getting ready to kick off a brand new adventure in Grotwood while we wait for the High Isle expansion to launch, which will be 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 more streams before the High Isle launches after today, so for a grand total of 5. Let's go ahead and talk to Captain Jemla and kick this off.
It's good to see you, friend. You will always have a place aboard the Prowler.
Queen Irene said you could take me to the port of Haven.
The Queen? Of course we can do this. We shall set out for Haven at once, if you are ready.
Where's your ship?
Where we left it, I'd hope. But come, join me for a drink. It's good luck to share a glass before a long voyage. Unless you can't handle this stuff. Then you can meet us in Vulkelgard.
No thanks, I'll meet you in Vulkelgard.
Suit yourself. The Prowler will be ready to sail when you arrive.
Hello, welcome to the stream, Joe. How are you doing today? Captain, let's head out.
The Prowler is ready to sail when you are.
I'm ready to leave for Haven.
Then let's be off.
Grotwood. This region... in 4 minutes, yeah, I got started a little bit early. It lets me end a little bit early, too, so... You didn't miss much, just me talking to the captain and asking her to take me to the port, so... I started a little early because sometimes I have trouble with Twitch wanting to start up, so I start trying to get in a little early. And then if I get in, I just go ahead and get started since I already got the stream going, so. Well, what happened up here?
Throw the bloody pirates over the side.
Looks like it's the Pact. What happened, Captain?
Haven is under pirate attack. Worse, they climbed in through our portholes and breached the hull. I'll use their blood to swab the decks. Think they'll put more holes in my hull, do they? We had just finished repairs on the last ones.
What can I do?
We can't shore up the keel with saboteurs around, but we spotted a soldier nearby. Looks like Khajiit Royal Guard and some refugees. We'll keep the pirates off our own backs. Head to that soldier and see if you can help the refugees.
I will talk to the refugees. Hold on, I'm gonna put myself in streamer mode real quick because there's a lot of beeping going on.
Water, Captain. Crew to the pumps.
There we go. Dive, dive, dive. Hold on, I'll address you in a second. I just want to make sure. There we go. What house is that? Oh, Grand Topal Hideaway. I didn't even know that was here. Lieutenant!
That ship. The Prowler, isn't it? I've heard tales of its captain and crew. If things weren't so dire, I'd hope to meet them.
What happened here?
I'm uncertain. Lord Garashri brought my unit to Haven as part of our final training. But when we arrived, the city was under pirate attack. We worked with the fisherfolk to help the citizens escape.
Who attacked Haven?
The Jackdaws, a pirate band that raids throughout the long coast. But how could one pirate ship do so much damage? They shouldn't have taken the city at all, let alone as quickly as they did.
Who is Lord Garashri?
The speaker for the Main. He brought my people into the Dominion. I'm lucky to serve in his private guard. He sought to introduce us to other lands and people of the Dominion. I do not think he meant our first journey to be this exciting.
Where is he now?
I do not presume to know. He ordered me to protect the refugees on this island, while he rallies resistance inside the town. This one longs to fight by Lord Garashri's side, but I must follow orders.
What are these people doing here?
The fisherfolk. They were away from the port during the attack. The rest are refugees from Haven, mostly guards and merchants who escaped the city.
How can I do anything to help?
The speaker hoped to locate General Andare, but we could find no sign of her garrison. He feels the city's defense is our responsibility. But there are few of us. Please, find Lord Gareshri. Help take Haven back from the pirates.
Where can I find Lord Garashri?
This one. I do not know. Not exactly. I only know what I must protect. But Lord Gareshri spoke with some refugees before he left. The merchant Narel, and Corinway, who leads the fisher folk. Perhaps they would know.
I'll find out what they know.
When I went to bed last night, I dreamed of a fully laden ship docking in the harbor. I thought it was a good omen. Couldn't have been more wrong.
Have you seen Lord Garashri?
He was wading through the swamp with a handful of soldiers. They looked greener than the water. But good luck to the Cat Lord, I say.
Do you know where he was going?
To the other end of the marsh. I've only seen the place from the Haven docks. Never thought I'd wade through it. If you're headed after the Cat Lord, cross the marsh and make for the walls. I'd wager he's by the gate.
Can you tell me what happened in Haven?
One moment I was nearly asleep, and the next I heard yelling. I looked outside and saw raiders with torches, so I leapt out the window and ran. That's right, completely nude all the
That's
way
an
here.
image.
The fisherfolk loaned me some clothes. Good of them.
What do you know about the marsh?
Never seen it before this evening. I've sent apprentices there for alchemical supplies. Had I known it was crawling with Horvor, I would have increased their stipends. But not by much. You have to keep them in line.
Sheesh. Why are all high elves so scummy? There's a person in need. What can we
I'm
do for you?
hopeless. I thought running an inn would be safer than sailing a merchant scow. And yet pirates... always pirates.
There's always going to be pirates. What happened?
I was short on some supplies. I planned to meet with a trader to restock. Then pirates. Everyone ran in different directions. I heard some screams out in the marsh, but I twisted my ankle.
Who was screaming?
My workers. They're like family. The kind that doesn't know their way around a marsh. Not like you. Hey, if you run across them, would you mind keeping them safe? Especially Kazuli, my cook. As long as she's alright, I'll be alright.
I'll look for your workers. Sounds like somebody's sweet on one of his workers. I mean, he's a wood elf. He might want to eat her. I don't... who knows?
Thought I was dead. I'm getting out of here.
Oh, I see the next one. That's not... the sound effects aren't too loud, right, Joe?
I need to get out of this place.
Oh, there's the other one.
Still here.
Thanks for
If
asking.
you see her, tell her we're safe.
Okay, that can wait. Let's go find Lord Gadashri. Yeah, I asked about the sound because the UI error came up again. I had to erase the local file again, which means it erased all my settings. So I had to play around with my settings to try to get them back to where I liked them. So if it's too loud, let me know, I can fix it. Let me past. Let me past.
Without the weight of numbers, we can't retake Haven by direct assault. The key to victory is the fort.
Okay, I can turn down the effects a little bit. Hold on, let me do that real quick. Audio. Let's see, effects, music, is that it? I think it's effects music. Let's turn that down. Okay, testing, how's that? How's that? Is that better? Okay, I don't really, if I turn it down any more than that, I'm not going to be able to hear the casting magic at all. So I don't know if I should turn it down anymore. I just will try not to talk while blasting magic, I guess, because I mean I can turn it down just a bit more, but like I'm going to start having trouble hearing me casting magic. So.
Without the weight of numbers, we can't retake Haven by direct assault. The key to victory is the fort.
Okay. Lieutenant Kazuragi said you needed some help.
Sharp-clawed, that one. It's why I left her in charge. This has been enlightening training cruise for my soldiers. I wanted to show them life outside of elsewhere. For them to see what it means to be a Dominion citizen. I never expected this.
Lieutenant Kazuragi mentioned something about Haven's garrison.
Ah, yes. The great General Endari. I wanted to introduce my soldiers to a real Dominion hero. Shame that she's gone. Pulled her fearsome Jade Dragoons out of town before we arrived, and left the place defenseless. Seems the pirates decided to fill the void.
That's pretty suspicious. Why would she leave?
A question for another time. Right now, we need to deal with these pirates. Jackdaws, they call themselves. We spotted a few giving orders to the others. These Jackdaw lieutenants are the key.
What do you mean?
We must know why have the Jackdaws lingered in Haven. What do they plan for its citizens? Take my notebook and find the Jackdaw lieutenants. Make note of anything they say which gives us a clearer understanding.
Can't I just kill them?
I can't see why not. If they're of any importance to the Jackdaw's captain, they'll have written orders. As long as we learn their plans, I don't care how you do it.
I'll see what I can learn. Yeah, now I'm just gonna kill them. It's easier. Oh, hey, there's another quest here.
I can't believe it. All these soldiers, and not a decent mess kit among them. If only I'd returned with some supplies.
The workers made it to safety.
Truly? This is wonderful. Please, accept a meager payment for your trouble. And if a strangler-infested marsh doesn't frighten you, perhaps we should speak of additional work.
Complete
Our
quest.
profits aren't enough to cover Haven's taxes on the inn. We have a side business to make up the difference. With the destruction caused by the pirates, I'm late making a delivery.
What sort of side business are you talking about?
Well, there are things people want which aren't illegal. Not exactly. But which the Dominion dislikes. Look, the pirates took some goods used to produce such things. If I don't get the goods to my contact, we'll lose our business. You see?
I'll find your goods and bring them to your contact. Little on the side. Yeah, no, they're definitely 100% making skooma, by the way. Uh-oh. Mary, how many enemies are you going to pull? Oh, hey. Lore book. Sweet. Okay, while I'm thinking about it, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Testing.
They're coming for us.
Alright, I'll just have to remember to turn it back up after streams, because it's way too low. Okay, so this is... Let your lot fill their pouches, but the necromancers will need bodies for the plan to work. 10 cartloads should be enough. And look for bodies in the streets before you go making any new ones. If the people of Haven see us bashing down their doors and dragging out corpses, they'll find courage beneath their fear. Oof. So there's necromancers wanting bodies here, huh? Don't worry, I'll make you guys some corpses. It just won't be the kind of corpses you were hoping for.
Get back, you fetcher!
Burn! Move!
Would it kill them to run away? Well, no, I guess it wouldn't. Maybe they should try that.
Haven is one of the most buggiest places in this game, by the way. I've had so many times where I've tried to go through a door and you can't go through the door. I will be very happy when we're done with Haven. Because I don't trust it as far as I can throw it. Yeah, I know Jordan the Skull King did not sign off on this. Dear tell. I don't care how, but I want that drugged Wamazoo out of the hold and under Haven. It should fit through the old Imperial aquifer outside the city walls. If we can't secure our escape route before the ritual completes, we're sunk. And don't jostle it. If it wakes angry, it starts melting support columns. We don't want the city to come down until after we're gone. Oh dear gracious. This is a lot deeper than just a normal pirate adventure.
Some of Haven's guard arrived to defend the fisher folk and refugees. I thought to sneak along the beaches, see what I could learn. Then I saw you. So, what should we do?
Lord Gadashri asked me to discover the pirates' plans. Here's what I found.
Really? What are the Jackdaws planning?
They're bringing bodies to Haven's fort for some kind of necromantic ritual.
What? Why would pirates do such a thing? We must get to the fort and stop them. But if they hold the fort, they must have the gates locked. How could we get in?
There's an entrance to this aquifer.
Good. If you can enter the fort and open the gate, I can bring reinforcements to you. Where is Lord Garashri? I must tell him of this plan.
He's in an abandoned house near the outer walls.
Then we both must hurry. Keep your wits about you, friend. We'll meet inside the fort and stop these pirates from whatever dark magics they plan.
Very well. Oh, I see the quest markers actually pointing to the aquifer. It's in the past it sometimes pointed to the wrong location. Unfortunately, there's not much I can do about that, but it happens. We got him on the ropes, Mary. Is this like a sewer? Is that what like an aquifer is? It's like a sewer? I'm not entirely sure, but it definitely looks like a sewers. Right, up the ladder we go. Or, well, up the rope we go. Alright, gate is open. Let's go talk to the Lord Ganashri.
You've done it! Excellent work! Well done, my friend. Lieutenant Gazargi brought me what you found.
What should we do next?
The pirate leader intends to fill Haven streets with undead slaves, but there's still time to stop them. They're coming from the Fighters Guild. I need someone I can trust to get inside and disrupt their foul rituals. Can I count on you once more?
Of course.
By Alkosh's scaly nethers, I knew you'd come through. Now, the pirates are likely to have the Fighters Guild heavily guarded and locked down.
How do I get the key?
I hand it to you. Found it on a pirate's corpse and recognized the markings. The luck of Rachin was with me. I'm sure the Fighters Guild will approve of you smashing anything that doesn't belong. When you finish, inform Lieutenant Kazarki of your success.
I'm on my way, my lord.
Off with you, Swit!
They're definitely not normal pirates, that's for sure. Open the door.
Never used to fight this much, till I met you.
Okay, one more crystal. Mission accomplished. Oh no. The lieutenant.
Greetings, my friend. You did it. The undead fell in their tracks. The pirates, they surrendered or fled. A good day.
How bad are you hurt?
They won't tell me. That means it's bad, isn't it? I'm going to die.
Should we tell her the truth and say that's usually what it means, or should we lie and say, I'm sure you'll be fine? That's usually what it means.
I see. Strange. I thought I would fear this moment. But instead I'm filled with pride that I could fight beside the speaker for the Main. And beside you. Lord Gareshri isn't around, is he?
I can get him for you.
No. He rallies the people of Haven against the pirates. Please, do not distract him with my fate.
Alright.
If I die from wounds justly earned, I'll greet my ancestors with honor. Tell the speaker it was an honor to serve him.
I'll tell him, I'll tell him, Lieutenant. He's not the only one who failed this day. Can't believe there's oh no, see, they're all captured now, so.
You there. Watch yourself. Ha! I knew you'd done it the moment those undead fell to tatters. Half of the pirates surrendered on the spot. They must have thought whatever you did to the undead would happen to them next.
The pirate leader is dead.
This means three things. First, you were instrumental in crashing the pirate invasion of Haven. Second, the Dominion's leadership owes you a debt of thanks. And third, I am privileged to be the one who pays it. An honor to fight beside you. I'd like to know why General Endare pulled her Jade Dragoons from Haven. Their absence nearly led to the Jackdaw's success.
Lieutenant Kazuragi was seriously wounded.
What? The last I saw, she was carving her way through undead warriors. How bad is it?
It seems bad. She didn't want you to worry.
Nonsense. I'll send for Mages Guild healers to treat her immediately. Don't you worry about Lieutenant Kazarki. She fought like she was born with 6 claws. There is no way she'll go without a fight.
I must have gathered all those things without even realizing it, because usually you actually try to gather them up, but I must have gotten them without even realizing them. Okay, my employer's new arrangement makes it harder to meet in public. Get me the base mixture, and I'll get you the payment. I hope you haven't forgotten how to combine the ingredients in the mixing mechanism. All you have to do is remember it is to keep things orderly. Just add each ingredient carefully: the sweet icky moon sugarcane, the bitter mangrove juice, and the vigorous hit sap, all combined to produce our product. Once you're finished, meet me on the beach at the location I've marked on your map inside this journal. Hope that's clear enough. If not, you may have to do it over and over again. So it's going to be sugarcane, mangrove juice, and his sap. Cane, mangrove juice, his sap. Alright. Can't believe we just made skooma. Well, I'm pretty sure it's skooma. I need to fix my gear. Hold on. We'll just do that. Special mixture. It definitely sounds like skooma.
Oh, hello. Guess I should have expected to see you around. Not that it isn't good to see you, but, why are you here, exactly?
I have something for you.
Well, you're full of surprises. You weren't followed here, were you? No, never mind. I'm sure everything's fine. Thank you for delivering this. Good for the crew's morale.
Alright. We are done with Haven, so we are off to the next location. We are outside of Haven right now. I'd rather not go back into Haven because, like I've said before, it is incredibly bugged. So we're going to try to go around Haven. Hello, troll. Oh hey, it's the second crafting station already. Go grab it. Alright.
Stop! Before you enter this village, a word with you. This is Brackenleaf's forest you're entering. Pick no fights and respect his shrines, and you're welcome to stay as long as you like. Otherwise, you'll learn quick enough why they call us Brackenleaf's Briars.
Who is Brackenleaf?
He's one of the first trees of Grotwood, or so they say. When Ifrit told the tale that created the world, she planted her words in the ground, and there grew Brackenleaf. The Briars protect his art and study the art of the hunt beside his roots.
How did someone become a Briar?
We turn no one away from trying, but it's no easy task. Staunch warriors and adept mages alike have faltered in the quest. You must become a fearsome hunter, willing to give your life to protect Brackenleaf. Our leader Glaris can tell you more.
I'll speak with Glaris.
Glaris has been one of Brackenleaf's Briars longer than any of us. She meditates in a tree home among the trophies of past hunts.
Can you tell me more about Brackenleaf's Briars?
We are named for the thorny thickets that the forest raises to protect its most delicate plants. But under the guidance of masters like Glaris, we are trained to become skilled hunters and defenders of the great tree, Brackenleaf.
Why did you join the Briars?
Glaris took me in when my mother and father died. When I came of age, I wanted to follow in her footsteps. Becoming a Briar shows you strength you didn't even know you had, and that even the strongest, even great Brackenleaf, needs others.
What do you protect Brackenleaf from?
From the beginning of time, there have been enemies trying to destroy Ifrit's creation. They sought to take Brackenleaf's heart for themselves.
What is Brackenleaf's heart?
Tales say the art holds the power of Ifrit, the same energy used to create the world. Brackenleaf blesses the Briars with some of this power, but as a gift. In turn, we protect the art from those who would steal it.
Okay, well, let's go try to see if we can help out these Briars. Oh, there's another quest we should pick up too while we're here.
Oh, a Dominion? My friend Feralian has gone missing, and I'm worried he got himself into trouble inside the cave to the north.
What was he doing in the cave?
It's my fault. I was going on and on about a silk dress I saw on a high elf in Elden route the other day. Feralian swore he'd get me the dress. I didn't think he'd venture into a cave full of spiders to do it.
The cave is full of spiders?
I think Feralian hoped to gather their silk to make the dress. Foolish elf. There are stories about a spider the size of a bear and twice as fierce that makes its home there. Oh gods, if something happened to him.
I'll look for him.
Please, look for Feralian in the cave to the north. But be careful. I couldn't bear it if something happened to you too.
You mentioned tales of a giant spider?
Aye. The fearful matriarch of the spider den. They say she's 1,000 years old. Call her the Spider Queen. It makes my skin crawl just thinking about it.
Makes me think of the Spider Queen from the second Sword Art Online Progressive book, Joe. And Kismil's People's legends about her. Okay, I do not remember how to get up top side. Oh, over here is the entry.
Did you notice the tiger skulls on my wall? They belong to a Cinch couple who stopped Kanathi. Took me the better part of the year to track them. Tell me, stranger, have you ever seen tigers of such size?
Inagor said you could tell me more about Brackenleaf's Briars.
I can. I've been leader for the Briars for close to 50 years now. We are hunters, blessed by the great tree Brackenleaf with a deep knowledge of the forest and its creatures. In return, we protect Brackenleaf against an enemy called the Outsider.
The Outsider?
The Outsider is the deathless enemy of the Brackenleaf. It returns again and again to steal the heart of the Brackenleaf, only to be destroyed by the Briars. This and more you will learn in the trials.
What do these trials entail?
The first test of the Briars is to listen. Each of the masters has a lesson to teach about the hunt. These are the rules the Briars live by. To live off the flesh, to bring no harm to nature, and to protect Brackenleaf with our lives.
Is that all?
One step at a time. Visit the 3 shrines, Snake, Wolf, and Tiger. Light the brazier at each shrine and listen to the masters. Then, if you still want to be a Briar, return to me and I'll explain the next trial.
Alright, I'll visit the shrines and hear what the masters have to say.
Joining Brackenleaf's Briars is nothing to take lightly. Many have died attempting the trials, and there is always the threat of the Outsider.
Tell me more about Brackenleaf's Briars.
What would you like to know?
I want to know more about Brackenleaf's history.
Old songs speak of days when Ifre walked among the trees of Valenwood. She planted the seed that would become Elden root, but what most don't know is that she planted many more. Brackenleaf was one of those seeds.
When did the Briars arrive?
The first Briar was a skilled hunter called Thaldil. She single-handedly protected Brackenleaf from being destroyed by Colovians during the Imperial occupation of Grotwood. She followed the guidance of Brackenleaf and established the Briars.
Do the Briars have any political alliances?
We are protectors of Brackenleaf, and through him, servants of Ifre, who created him. To involve ourselves in politics would only corrupt our mission. That said, we have no quarrel with Queen Irene or the Dominion.
Can anyone join the Briars, or is it only for Wood Elves?
Brackenleaf's Briars are any who can prove themselves worthy by passing the trials. The trials do not distinguish between the races of Tamriel, and neither do we.
Can you tell me more about the Outsider?
You already know the Outsider is our greatest threat. Beyond this, some secrets are meant for those who pass the trials and join our number.
Okay. Well, let's go try the trials.
I am the snake. I hide in the tall grass and close on my prey with lightning speed. I'm cunning, agile, and fierce. Watch. My prey does not see me coming until it's too late. Deceive and strike. The way of the snake is dark and calculated. Remember this.
Okay. Now we will see the way of the tiger.
I am the tiger. I use brute force to destroy my prey. I am strong, proud, and fearless. I stand toe-to-toe with my prey and deliver a ferocious killing blow. Use superior strength to overcome your prey. The way of the tiger is to dominate. Remember this.
Okay, and now for the way of the wolf.
I am the wolf. I howl, and the rest of the pack responds. Sharp-toothed and hungry, we hunt together. Working together, we take down the toughest foe. Hunt as a pack. The way of the wolf is to move in numbers. Remember this.
So, you've heard the masters speak. Snake, tiger, wolf. These are the spirits of the hunt. Each Briar embraces the qualities of one of these spirits. Are you still interested in joining the Briars?
Yes, I wish to become a Briar.
The next trial will not be so simple. It will require you to commit your whole self, mind, and body. Venture to the frog cave near the seashore. A rare breed of red frog, the Falinesti peeper, lives among the reeds. Capture one and eat it.
I have to eat a frog?
Yes, and it must be consumed alive. The frog will allow you to see the forest like you never have before. Once your journey begins, the spirits of the forest will guide you.
Alright, when I catch the red frog, I'll eat it alive.
Don't be alarmed if the world around you seems to change. It's a property of the Falinesti peeper to reveal the true nature of the forest. But be careful. The true nature of the forest can be deadly.
Very well.
I guess this is a fight now.
Alright, we're about ready to eat this frog alive.
Speak to me, friend. Don't be afraid. Don't worry. I'm a friend. The disorientation you're feeling is natural. It will pass. It's been a while since Glaris sent anyone here. She's been more cautious since the boy Erengor nearly died.
You know Glaris.
Glaris and so many before her. This place was still young when I was cut from the branches of Brackenleaf and given life. How are you feeling? Are you ready to proceed?
I'm ready. What do I do now?
It's time for you to speak to Brackenleaf. Only he can judge whether you are worthy to serve him as one of his briars. Find him in the center of this grove. If he wills it, we will meet again.
Oh, Stygic Portal, sweet. Ooh, that was a really good haul, too. Yeah, the forest looks completely different now. There's a lot more enemies than there was before, too. But now I'm going to. By the way, you might guess Breckenleaf is a direct reference to the Deku Tree from Legend of Zelda. Excuse me, are you Breckenleaf?
Hmm? What? You'll have to speak up. My hearing isn't what it used to be. And it was never very good to begin with. No ears, you see.
I wish to join Breckenleaf's Briars.
Oh, the Briars, you say? The Briars carry my heart within them. They protect it with their very lives. It's a lot to give to protect a tree, especially one as old as me. Tell me, why do you want to join my Briars?
So we have three choices we can say. I never turn down a challenge, I'm always seeking out new knowledge and experiences, or I haven't given it much thought. Give it another 30 seconds. If there's no answer, I'll just go ahead and pick something. 2? Okay, I'm always seeking out new knowledge and experiences.
Good, good. I think you will find this forest is full of new things to discover. Never ate a frog and found yourself talking to a tree before, did you? Of course, not all the things you will discover here are safe. Are you prepared?
I am.
Very good. I trust Glaris has told you about the spirits of the hunt. First, you must decide which fits you best. The snake's dark purpose, the tiger's grim determination, or the kinship of the wolf.
Alright, we have another choice, and this is a big choice. We can choose to follow the way of the snake, the way of the wolf, or the way of the tiger. I don't know if this will ever come back up again in the future, but if it does, like, this will be something that may come back in a future expansion. So if they ever come back to Valenwood or something. Tiger? Okay, the tiger it is.
Relentless and strong, the tiger stalks its prey without flagging and overpowers it without hesitation when the moment is right. The tiger's prey is the snake. To be like the tiger, you must hunt its prey.
Very well. Hunting my prey.
In a big family, you have to know how to scrap.
Brackenleaf is pleased, but you are not finished yet. Each hunter is also prey to another hunter. Wolf hunts tiger, and tiger hunts snake, and snake hunts wolf. It's not enough to hunt your prey. You must also prove stronger than those who hunt you.
How can I do that?
Your spirit animal's shrine lies at the edge of the forest. Light the brazier, and your predator will appear. Be prepared. Just as you stalked your prey, so your predator will pursue you with lethal cunning. When you are done, return to Brackenleaf.
Alright, we light the tiger brazier. Now the wolf appears. Or wolves, plural, I believe. There they are. And look, there's a tiger there.
Now you have seen.
Hold on a second. What did you aggro, Miri?
Now you have seen how the roles of hunter and hunted are interchangeable. You have stalked your prey and confronted your predator. You are almost ready to become a briar. One last trial remains.
What's the final trial?
As I've said before, the briars are my guardians. They protect my heart against the outsider. An enemy who wants to steal my heart at any cost.
What is the outsider?
You are the outsider. Your final trial is to enter my trunk and touch the flame of my heart. The masters will fight you at every turn, and only by defeating them can you prove yourself worthy to become one of them.
Wait, I'm the outsider.
You have seen how the hunter is also the hunted. Well, in the same way, every briar begins as the outsider, a stranger who does not belong. Only by dying or completing the final test and joining the briars is the outsider defeated. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Death is nothing, outsider. The only thing that matters is Brackenleaf's survival.
By the way, I'm not really killing the masters, just in case you weren't aware.
Leave this place. You are not welcome.
Outsider.
I really don't
You'll
like
not
your
get
odds.
past me.
The flame of my heart now resides within you. Carry it with honor and protect my forest with pride. I will now return you to Glaris. Forest of the Briars, you have my blessing. Good luck, and return to my forest anytime.
My cousin was studying with Tellinger at Esduin. Thank you for all you did there.
So, you've returned. Tell me, what did you see? Did you speak to Brackenleaf?
I hunted my prey, confronted my predator, and took a flame from Brackenleaf's heart.
Everyone's vision is a little different, but we all must take the heart and experience the role of the outsider. You stopped being the outsider when you proved yourself strong enough to defeat the Masters, and Brackenleaf offered you his heart.
What happened to the Master of Briars?
The Masters you fought were illusions, but they fought with all the strength of their real counterparts. Tell me, what spirit animal did you choose?
The tiger.
Go to the Tiger's Shrine. Pray at the brazier and receive the blessing of Brackenleaf's Briars. Then return to me for the final rite of initiation.
Alright, we're almost done with this. Mary, stop getting in my way. Did I actually get a benefit from that? I never thought to check before. Oh, that's really cool. For 1 minute you get a, for an hour you get increased movement speed by 4% and decreases damage taken by 5% while in Grotwood. Oh, exclusively in Grotwood, okay. So, not a great buff, but, I mean, it's definitely something I should remember to pick up whenever I'm doing stuff in Grotwood.
You have the blessing. Good. Then with open arms, I welcome you to our family, Brackenleaf's Briars. May you succeed in all your hunts, and the great tree keep you in the shade of his leafy branches.
Thank you.
You may return here as often as you like, and anywhere you see the Shrine of the Tiger, you may seek Brackenleaf's blessing. Congratulations, friend.
Huh. So, anywhere there's a tiger shrine. Okay, that's kind of interesting. I didn't realize that. And I've done this quest so many times I didn't realize that you could get that. You could actually get a blessing from that more than once. The scuttle pit. He's upstairs, okay. So we're here to do the quest and get the Sky Shard. We don't really need to do the boss because the boss has already been taken care of, unless the boss is part of the quest, in which case, yeah, we'll still kill the boss.
You know, I like to think I'm agreeable.
Alright, that's another Sky Shard obtained.
Alright, don't cry for mummy. Is that the last of them? Oh, thank feck.
thought I was food for sure. Thank you. We should get out of here while we can.
Thank you for returning Reewish to me. He may be a fool, but he is a sweet one.
Thanks, friend. I was this close to becoming those spiders' next meal. At least I managed to gather some silk for Mendil. She'll have her dress yet. She deserves it.
If you say so.
I wish there was something I could give you by way of gratitude, but I'm an elf of little means, and this pittance is all I have. It'll have to be enough. Thank you.
Right, to the next location, and away! There's a way shrine. Let's go towards that and get it.
Truly vile.
You know, one thing I'd really like to see in Elder Scrolls 6 when we eventually get it, I'd like to see dynamic weather. Like, you know, Skyrim had sunny, and it had rain, and it had snow. But what Skyrim didn't have was thunderstorms. Could you imagine, like, traveling across the Whiterun Plain when black clouds blow in and suddenly the wind is blowing and the rain is reducing visibility and there's, like, sheets of lightning, like, lighting the sky? Oh, that would be just an amazing experience in a video game. Oh no, it's a dead guild acolyte. Examine the corpse. You find a rough map of the ruins next to a label marked base camp. It's a small note reading, report to Anduin by sundown. Take the map. Anduin? As in Tellinger the Artificer? We know her. Oh, I gotta put Miri away for this quest. Sorry, hold on. Anduin.
This was supposed to be a simple assignment. I should never have allowed Lieutenant Orion to push us around.
What happened?
The ossuary of Telekar was thought to be the resting place of Mannimarco's most powerful disciple. We were searching the site, carefully, mind you, when the Shades awoke.
What happened?
I don't know. They poured out of the ground. The soldiers rushed me back to camp, and now I'm the only one remaining. Lieutenant Orion won't let me venture from the camp, but you have no such restriction. Please find my acolytes. Some must still live.
I'll find the acolytes. Hey, what's up, my friend?
Thank you.
I can make it back to camp from here.
How are you doing? I haven't seen you since Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So, last week, that's when I saw you. Nice. You get a chance to finish Moon Knight yet?
You arrived in
pretty much the same thing. Just working, and I helped Mom in a craft show yesterday. We had our D&D session last night, and I got to do the final attack on the big bad of the campaign. We were playing Horde of the Dragon Queen, as you know, and we were fighting the big bad of the module. And I got a 14 on my attack roll. I used War God's Blessing to turn it into a 24 because I get to add plus 10 to my attack. And then I used a 3rd level Divine Smite on top of that. So I dealt, what was it, 30 points of damage, Joe? Does that sound right?
Follow me quickly before any more of them return.
I have no idea how to start saying that name.
Research. All I want to do is research. Why do I always end up in life or death situations? Either in Darwin's Cursed or I am. Shades boiling up from the ground? What next? Trolls in heat?
Oh, that's an image I can't get out of my head. Ouch. Tell me what happened.
We were excavating for artifacts when Dominion soldiers showed up, demanding we turn over anything we'd found. And Darwin showed them what we had, but Lieutenant Urian insisted we work faster. No protocols, no safeguards.
That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. And you're watching on your computer, right? Or is it on your like a mobile, like a console? Why?
I have no idea. The Mages Guild has procedures for a reason. Not that the soldiers listened. We found an ancient scepter made from bone, but before we could properly contain the artifact, one of those idiots grabbed it.
Okay, is that when the shades appeared?
That's right. And if it weren't for you, I'd have joined them. I'm heading back to our base camp. You should speak with Darwin if you think you can help sort out this mess. You can't be any worse than Lieutenant Orion.
I'll keep that in mind. Could you hook the laptop or like a something up to the TV and use that to stream the show and then see if that works that way? Because if it's a smart TV and you're watching it with a smart TV, perhaps using the TV, it's the HDMI. Nice. I'm glad I remembered that.
I appreciate what you did for the Acolytes. They weren't prepared for any of this. I'm relieved Kellermond is safe, but don't tell him I said that.
Kellermond told me you found an artifact.
The Bone Scepter? Yes, it's in my pack, just outside this tent.
That's not the permission I wanted to grab it, but...
That Bone Scepter is the only thing of note we found. There's no end of trouble since we pulled it from the ruin. It's not dangerous, not directly. What I mean to say is that holding it won't rot your hand off. At least not immediately.
What does it do?
It summons all the shades, I suspect. It certainly doesn't control them. Not that I found anyway. Although, the markings carved into the scepter are all Ayleid, for Pale Sentinel. Could that mean the creature at the heart of the ruin?
What creature?
It's the only shade we've heard speak, though it mostly just wails. It is rather pale, come to think of it, and the scepter works obsidian into bone, which is an old form of necromantic control. Say, would you care to help prove a theory?
What exactly do you have in mind?
If that shade is in fact the Pale Sentinel, that Bone Scepter may have some control over it. And if it's directing the rest of the shades, perhaps you could force it to stop. Besides, we can't allow Telekar's ancient traps to remain active. Not this close to Elden Root.
Alright, I'll test your theory.
If the Bone Scepter can control the Pale Sentinel, perhaps the shades will settle down. Then we can get back to excavating the ossuary of Telekar.
Who is Telekar?
He was a necromancer, one of Manamarco's most talented apprentices, but he and his wife Vistari eventually left Manamarco's tutelage.
Yeah, that's fair. Why did they leave?
It isn't entirely clear. There are many theories, but they all boil down to a difference of opinion. Seems to be the way of things with necromancers.
Right. See, it's a shame that you have to be logged into Disney Plus to do a watch party with Disney Plus. Otherwise, I'd offer to host a watch party for you. But unfortunately, like I said, you have to be logged into Disney Plus for that to work. So unfortunately, that's not really an option. So.
Leave this place. I won't let you wake him.
See, this is why I can't have Miri out during this quest, because she won't kill this guy before I can do the scepter on him.
The Bone Scepter. No, please, don't wake him. Stop. Don't make me go back. I was so close to escaping him forever.
Escaping from who?
Telekar. A bad man who sleeps inside these ruins. When he wakes, I'll be trapped here forever. I'll do everything I can to get away.
Is that why you attacked the Mage's Guild acolytes?
I did not. Telekar's servants hurt those people. They don't like you if you aren't from here. When he wakes, he'll control them completely. Just like me.
Why should I trust you?
The Bone Scepter holds power over Telekar's monsters. Over me. I can't lie to you. Besides, lying is wrong.
Who are you?
One of Telekar's victims. But I don't have to be. If you can free me before he wakes, I'll leave. Then he'll go back to sleep forever.
Then I'll do what I can to set you free.
Hooray! Follow me inside the ruin. We don't want the Shades to hear us. They're his spies, you know.
Alright, I'll follow you inside. So, in case you weren't able to tell from the voice, the Pale Sentinel is the only child in this entire game. And he's a ghost. Which means he died. Okie dokie. Let's. Oh, I gotta talk to the Pale Sentinel. He's all the way up. Yep. Where did you go, Pale Sentinel? Dadgummit. Hold on, I guess I'm going to have to leave and come back in because I don't see him. Where'd... Oh, here he is, okay. Now he's actually following me.
Be quiet in here. Telekar's servants don't like things with blood inside them. And they really don't like noise.
How can we keep Telekar from waking?
There's a big sparkly door inside the Constellation Room. It's this big lock Vistari made, to keep him asleep inside. She doesn't come around anymore. I think that's why the door isn't so sparkly.
Who is Balestre?
Telekar's wife. They fought and fought, because he was a bad man, and she was a good woman. But she thought she could change him. When she realized he'd always been bad, she locked him in here. But the lock grew weak, and now he's waking.
How did we reinforce the lock?
Vistari left 3 of the things we need in special rooms around the ruins. The 4th is stuck inside some of Telekar's servants. If you smash them open, I won't tell. But about all the pieces, I don't know how to make them work together. I'm sorry.
Where are the special rooms? Or where are these special rooms?
That's easy. The morning room, the smelly room, and the forbidden room. But don't worry, I can keep you safe. We should just go there. I'll point out what we need.
How can you keep me safe?
I can distract Telekar's servants. Point the bone scepter at one of them and I'll blind it. Then you can smack it until it falls down. Don't worry, it's not like you're hurting it. They get back up again, eventually.
I want to know what I'm looking for.
Oh, all right. The most important thing is the book Vistari wrote in when she locked the door. We need to find that so we know what to do in the Constellation Room.
What else do we need?
There's an old skull Telekar stole from Menamarco. Then there's a glowy vial. I don't know what's inside, but if you listen real close, you can hear whispers.
Probably souls.
Oh, and the Milky Rocks. You'll find those inside some of Telekar's servants.
You said you can help me?
I can distract Telekar's servants. Point the bone scepter at one of them and I'll blind it.
I got the Milky Rock.
Behold, the Forbidden Room. I come here to think sometimes. It's where Vistari left the book she wrote in when she put Telekar to sleep.
It's with great difficulty that I began my final entry. For so long, all was at peace. My husband and I had spurned the tenets of the great Menamarco, so we might live in peace. We wanted our magic to benefit all people of Tamriel, not bend them to our will. But to my lord, our family tragedy was too great to bear. He has it in his thick skull that he can somehow overcome death, not for the sake of knowledge or command fearless forces to defend our home, but to tear the once living back into this realm and imbue them in flesh, to give them life once more. Yes, Kellyan died an untimely death, but while I grieve for what we did lose, Telekar weeps for what might have been. He wished for an apprentice to help us master our craft, to surpass our discoveries. He cannot bear our son's very essence being gone forever. So my husband created a golem of the voice corpse. Oh God. So my husband created a golem of the voice corpse, an Atronach made of flesh, but with eyes as cold and empty as a gemstone. He hid his plans until the rituals had completed, and then presented the slurring abomination to me, as though I could ever forgive him. He seemed truly shocked when I rent the pale echo of Kellyan's spirit from its husk. Now I've imprisoned my husband, whom I love more than life itself, because I cannot bring myself to truly punish him. Perhaps a decade will give him time to contemplate the abhorrence of his actions, Balestre. And for those who have been around for the channel for a while, you might remember Balestre. We met her in Elsewhere, where she helped us take down a lich in northern Elsewhere. And I think we just did that like last year, like between Blackwood and Deadlands releases. I believe we did that. But so it wasn't all that. It hasn't even been a full year.
Vistari carried it back from the Constellation Room.
The creepy alchemist. Got the glowy vial. Let's go get the old skull.
don't like the moaning room. All the servants used to live in the cages. But Vistari brought that old skull back here. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, this is very clearly the jail.
That's the last of them. We have all the pieces. We should go to the Constellation Room and put Telekar back to sleep.
Now, I am just going to let you know that there's technically a choice in this quest, but I'm not going to do what it wants me to do in that quest, so I'm going to just go ahead and decide that myself. I apologize in advance, but that's just how I'm going to do this. Okay, so she actually gave us a hint on how this works. I can't remember the exact setup though. I can look it up fairly easily though. Yeah. So the Atronach gets the Milky Rock, the Apprentice gets the altar. Or, I mean, gets the glowing vial. So, Atronach gets the Milky Rock. The Lord gets the skull. And the Apprentice gets the vial. Ritual, Snake, Lady, Steed, Warrior, Apprentice, right here.
Something's happening. I think it's working.
Yeah. If you actually look, the ones that you're supposed to choose are glowing, while the other ones are not.
How dare
so.
you intrude within my... What? It's
No!
you!
Let me go!
You there! Explain yourself! What are you doing in my home?
I love how indignant he sounds.
Who are you? Why have you invaded my home?
Your undead servants attacked the Mages Guild, attacked Mages Guild explorers.
The Shades defend my home from thieves. Neither I nor my servants bear any interest in the living. My work concerns one who died long ago. And now, I would know why this creature travels with you.
It wanted to steal you away.
Simple-minded thing. Those wards have contained me for decades. I remain within by choice. Now, I'm at a critical juncture in my research, and I need this creature to complete it. If you interfere, I'll drive you from my home. Now, be gone.
No, please! I don't want to stay here!
You dare interrupt me? Kalian, my son, see to this intruder.
Telekar.
Again, you trouble me at a critical juncture. What must I do to hasten your departure?
Tell me what you're doing here.
Attempting to restore my son, despite your interruptions. That creature is a piece of him, an imperfect piece. If I reunite flesh and spirit, I can revive my son.
Why are you doing this?
He's my son. I'd do anything to restore him to a fraction of himself. With refinement, I can make him whole again. Vistari thought this hubris. If she hadn't left this world, I'd try to make her understand.
Why didn't she what didn't she understand?
That we could one day be a family again. I needed time to refine my methods, and time I have had. And now, I have his spirit. I don't wish to harm this creature. But without the Bone Scepter to control it, I must resort to cruder methods.
I have the Bone Scepter.
You what? That scepter is crafted from my own bones. It can bind the creature to his immortal husk. Once Kalian's wounds knit, I'll summon him here. You must bind the creature to his husk. Set things to how they should be.
Why did I do that for you?
You feared I would raise an undead army to march through Grotwood? My wife and I spurned Mannimarco for a reason. But in return for binding this creature to my son's husk, I pledge we will remain within our home forever.
Why shouldn't I set your son's spirit free?
He was young when he had his accident. Too young. The creature you've met can't fully comprehend the world around it. Unless properly supervised, it could harm itself or others without knowing what it did. No, to set it free would be a cruelty.
Why did you use your own bones to make the bone scepter?
Kalian is my son. I needed all his remains to craft the husk, so I had to use my own for the scepter. To command a spirit, use a focus made of its bones or those of its close relatives. Basic necromantic principle.
How do I know you won't leave this place?
I broke through Vestari's ward just under a century ago. I have remained here ever since, attempting to restore what remained of my family. I will never leave, as long as Kalian remains at my side. This is my home.
No, please. You can't make me be a monster again.
What do you want, Kalian?
I don't want to be here anymore. It hurt when I was a monster. It hurt worse than these chains. I want my father to sleep so I can go away.
How can I make your father sleep?
I don't know. I wish you could use the bone scepter on him. Point it at his body. There on the throne. And tell him to go to sleep. Then I could finally leave.
Where would you go?
Far away from here. Somewhere safe and warm. Somewhere where I'd have friends.
He's like Casper, the friendly ghost. Sorry, Telecar, but I cannot condemn a child to being a monster.
No! What are you... What?
Have a nice nap, Telecar.
You did it! You did it! I'm free! I'm finally free! Thank you. Thank you!
What will you do now?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll be far away from here. Telecar can't hurt me anymore. Here, I can open a portal so you can be with your friends. Tell them I'm sorry about the shades. As long as they stay away, they should be fine.
Alright, it is time for my bathroom break. I will be right back in just a minute.
I'm telling you, if I still had hair, it'd be completely white.
Okay, I have returned, and let us continue with our exploration of Grotwood. Yeah, the shades are now neutral. They won't attack anyone as long as you don't attack them first. Okay. There's a delve like right over there. Oh, I need to get Mary back out too.
Did I miss anything interesting?
Yeah, you missed us saving a child ghost, which I probably should have brought you back from after I had finished that one part of the quest where I didn't need you, but I completely forgot to bring you back, so I'm sorry about that, Mary. Finely crafted bow lies near a fallen orc. It seems to have been damaged in a struggle, but it could still be valuable to the right person. Examine the area. As you examine the area, you notice a journal scrap next to the dead orc nearby. It looks like part of a journal. Take the bow. Yep, this is just asking me to return the bow, which we can easily do. Let's go back this way and get out of here. We are done here. Well, if there's a dolmen up, I'm not going to say no to... Wait. It already counts the dolmen as complete. Never mind, I'm going to worry about it. Well, that's majorly convenient. Pick up this quest since we're passing.
My husband, Ningwanel, went for a walk yesterday morning. Said he wanted to get away from the squabbling at Eldenroot. He hasn't come back. I went looking for him this morning with our dog, and now my dog has wandered off.
That's a run of bad luck.
Yes, thank you for pointing that out. The last place I saw our dog eat was near the fork in the road that leads to Cormount, just west of here. Take this whistle. Use it when you get to the fork in the road. I'll wait here in case he comes home.
I'll find your dog and your husband if I can. Yeah, she don't sound too worried about her husband, does she?
Bones, who sang the songs the seeds and birds now carry.
I forgot to grab something, and that's yeah, the sky shard up there. We can grab that later. I have to go up that way eventually, anyway. If you were asking when I wasn't streaming and I was on one of my crafting characters, I would set you up, my friend. But you are asking on the wrong character at the wrong time for training gear.
Like your arm.
Because I can make medium. I can literally make medium training gear all day long. I have so much leather. It's just kind of sad that unfortunately I just can't right this minute. Hello, Eat Eat. Eat Eat bounces back and forth under your hand. He looks like he wants you to follow. I should see where he wants to go. What is it, Eat Eat? Is little Timmy caught in a well again? God dang it, little Timmy.
Ironic. Huh. We come back to my homeland and I'm the one that falls into a ravine. I used to scale these rocks like they were stairs. I guess none of us are immune to the ravages of time.
Are you going to be fine, Ninja?
Just give me a second and I'll head back home. I knew Eat Eat wouldn't leave me here to rot. Ms. Zahabi will be worried sick. Thank you.
I don't know, she didn't ask us to find you, she asked us to find your dog. A skeleton hangs here, cleanly picked by birds based on the condition of the rope, but this individual seems to have died fairly recently. The only object of note on the deceased is a curiously glowing amulet. Take the amulet. Phantom Guilt. Okay, we're investigating the area. Here is a journal. It's quite a long one too, actually. Damn.
Murderer.
Well, I wasn't intending to make this little side trip, but I definitely want to get this taken care of pretty soon. I mean, yeah, it's true, I do kill people, but most of them deserve it.
I was tired of walking anyway.
I need to do this quest anyways, I may as well start it now.
The forest sings to me. The wood weeps. Can you hear it too? Is that why you've come?
What do you mean?
They say all wounds heal in time. This is true, even for the Veiling Wood. Yet some wounds are more grievous than others, and if left to fester, can only bring death. The ruin of Gilvardel suffered so, and the mark left behind is one of rot and decay.
You believe something can be done?
Each day I carry a vessel of the waters blessed in this shrine, and feed it into that which flows into the darkened veil. Its strength will remind the earth what it once was. But my body grows weak with age, even if my resolve holds. Will you help me?
I'll do what I can.
Thank you. Take this vial and fill it with the waters from this basin. The water must be taken by the one who carries it. With that done, make for the falls that feed into Gilvardel, and pour the water at each crest. Nature will do the rest.
And you've done this alone all this time?
My son Earthenor helps me tend the shrine here, but he is young, and has a young one's whim. More interested in chasing girls and hunting beasts than the worries of an old one like me. Yet his heart is kind and he is dear to me. I do not blame him.
Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do.
My son
Draw water from the shrine basin. Okay. So, see, those are over there, so we'll get over there eventually. So we will... Well, I should also mark that.
Off we go!
Yeah, I was wanting to get over to Elden Root and continue the main quest today. I might just... What in the world was that? Let me go do this first. Linus, beloved of Azabeth, with laughter fill the forest, gone but never forgotten.
Excuse me. Did you know my husband? What brings you to my husband's grave? I don't think we ever met.
Now, I heard he died suddenly. What happened?
My husband was a guard for a merchant caravan. One day, he found a magic amulet on a dead man laying in the road. Almost overnight, he became despondent. And when he spoke, he would only talk about the bandits he had killed while defending the caravan.
Was there anything that helped him?
No, nothing worked. I even paid to have the origin of the amulet divined, and learned it was crafted in Cormount. Surprisingly, my husband volunteered to go, but he was found dead not far from town the next day, and the amulet was gone.
I found the amulet.
If you have the amulet, I suggest you find a way to be rid of it as soon as possible, before you lose the will to even try.
Cursed items. Gotta love them, right?
Do you smell that? The air here. It's almost sweet. Be wary. There are vampires about, and that smell means they're on the prowl. It's best you didn't wander alone.
Who are you?
Sabon. I lead a small band of vampire hunters. We heard rumors of an infestation of the feral monsters in this region. But we didn't realize just how bad it was until we arrived. A powerful vampire lord and his clan are terrorizing the region.
What do you intend to do?
We are going to kill as many of them as we can, until they overtake us, or we've wiped them out. You look like you can hold your own in a fight. We can always use more help if you're interested.
Absolutely.
Good. 4 hunters is better than 3 any day.
Where is the rest of your team?
Closer than you might think. You want to meet them?
Certainly.
Zungard, Agalir, come meet our new friend.
No need to shout, Subon. A new recruit, eh? I hope you can keep pace. The blood will run fast and thick when the vampires attack, and I can't watch your back and mine.
Do you expect a lot of resistance?
Gods, I hope so. But don't let Agalir hear me say it. Superstitious Redguard. I say you don't become a vampire hunter if you don't like taking risks. The more they fight, the more fun it is.
Are you ready to take the sword to these aberrations? Oblivion's own children.
I'm ready.
That's all I need to know. Anyone who tries to harm us will answer to my blade.
Looks like you've made your introductions. Time to get to work.
What exactly is this, how exactly is this going to work?
All right. Pay close attention. I'll try to be brief, but if we don't all focus on doing our job, we're as good as dead. The vampires in this area are controlled by a single powerful vampire lord. He likely sired most of them himself.
What's the plan?
Take this bloodstone. Don't lose it. It has the power to turn water to blood and whip up a ferocious hunger in the most sated vampire. When the time is right, we're going to use it to lure the vampire lord out of his hidey hole.
Alright.
Listen closely. This is the plan. We're going to lay a trap in the abandoned village up the hill. Zungarg, you guard the west gate.
No one's getting by me.
Agalir, you're on the ridge by the east gate.
May the divines guide my bow.
I'll take the north. Our new friend will use the bloodstone to lay the bait in the well at the center of town.
I love this part.
Drop the bloodstone into the well. Blood will spout forth, and it'll draw the vampires out of hiding. We'll be waiting to cut them down. The vampire lord won't sit by while we thin his flock. If you see him, whistle. If everyone's ready, let's get into position.
Whoever kills the fewest bloodsuckers buys the drinks.
Don't joke, lest the divines punish your frivolity.
Death follows in your wake.
Run straight to the center of the village. Drop the bloodstone down the well. Beat all the feral vampires.
They're coming from the stables. I think I hear something.
Maybe I should have joined the buoyant onagers.
I could kill these things all day. They are swarming out of the longhouse. Stand firm! That's the last of them. Good work. Damn it! What went wrong? The Vampire Lord should have appeared by now. Where are Zungarg and Agalir?
I haven't seen them.
Everyone was in their places. The plan was working perfectly. This doesn't bode well. I'll go west and see if I can find Zungarg. You go to the East Gate and look for Agalir. But keep your guard up. There's no end to vampire tricks.
Agreed. Well, he's extra crispy.
Oh no! Not Agalir! No. Not Agalir! I'm such a fool. Clearly the Vampire Lord saw through our trap. Agalir's death is on my head.
Did you find the orc?
No. No body either. That's no comfort. When dealing with vampires, the lack of a body usually only means one thing. I pray I'm wrong.
What do we do now?
We need to keep looking for Zungarg. And if he's... Oh, praise Stendar! There he is! I never thought I'd be so happy to see that stupid orc in all my days.
I followed the Vampire Lord right to his lair. It's in the cave, north of town.
Quick!
He's acting funny.
Slay the Vampire Lord! For Agalir!
That was a bit of a warm-up.
He's turned. You'll pay for this, vampire scum!
Fan out!
Meet me outside. I need to get out of here. So that's it then. The Vampire Lord is dead, as are Zungarg and Agalir. I've lost partners before, but you'll never get used to it. I feel responsible.
What are you gonna do now?
I'll bury my friends. Then, I suppose I'll seek out more companions in the next vampire lair. I can't rest until this scourge is wiped from Tamriel. Zungarg and Agalir felt the same. Thank you for your help, friend.
Kind of sad that he didn't show up during Greymore when, like, you know, a massive army of werewolves and vampires showed up. Of course, there's a couple of characters like that are all like, vampires all need to die, and then not a single one of them shows up when there's actually vampires to kill. Alright, let's go to that dell that I marked, and then we'll head to Elden Ruins to pick up continue with the main quest. We've made, you know, a little bit of progress today. Got 4 locations done. Four of 17. I mean, that's almost a quarter of the locations. I mean, it pretty much is. There's 17 that's close enough to 16 that you could say 4 is a quarter. We also got a couple of sky sharks too. Pick up this quest while we're in the area.
I still can't believe... Sorry, friend. If you're here for goods, I'm afraid my supply has run dry. I was researching the Kwama in Burroot Mine, but I had to abandon everything. Even my research was left behind in that mine.
Maybe I can help.
Ha! You make it sound so simple. I couldn't ask you to do that. The mine is overrun with aggressive Kwama and packs of vicious thunderbugs. It's too dangerous.
Let me worry about the danger. Where should I look?
It's your neck, I guess. Burroot Mine isn't far, just at the bottom of the waterfall. But my campsite was deep inside the mine, near the bottom, where the Kwama nests were. That's where I left the notes.
I'll find them.
Thank you. It will mean a lot to me to have my notes back at least. Be careful. Aggravated Kwama are dangerous, to say nothing of the thunderbugs.
What drove you from the mines?
An infestation of thunderbugs. In 20 years studying the Kwama, I'd never seen anything like it. In the span of a single night, the whole mine was overrun. There's nothing to be done about it now.
Can't you dry the thunderbugs back out?
It wouldn't do any good now. Most of my Kwama were killed. The rest are extremely aggressive now that their nest has been breached. Still, I'll at least get one good chapter out of this, right? Night of the Thunderbugs. Well, the title needs work.
I mean, it does describe what happened. I mean...
Getting good at this. Well, I probably shouldn't be proud of that. They're coming for us.
Yeah, thunderbugs are another good source of the ever useful beetle scuttle. If you're playing a melee DPS character, you're going to want to farm these things because that makes one of the best melee drink items, which you can use to buff your character, which is Dubious Cameron Throne. That along with white meat, which you can get from monkeys or I prefer to go hunt horkers in Western Skyrim. They very often drop white meat when you kill them. So. Pigs do too, but the odds of finding a pig that's not owned by someone is rare, and it's usually not worth the hassle of killing an owned pig just for a little bit of white meat.
My notes. I can't believe it. I thought I'd lost these for good.
The mine has become a dangerous place, but here they are.
You can't know what this means to me. This was my life's work. Everything I've learned in 20 years of studying Kwama. I thought I was going to have to give up, find something new. Thank you so much.
No problem. Alright, let's go to Elden Root now, and this time I'm gonna make sure I make it there, so I'm just gonna jump there.
I don't suppose we have anything to cook.
Please, listen to me for just a moment. It's very important.
Listen, I may do your quest, or I may not. I have not decided yet.
Hey, I'd recognize that bow anywhere. Where did you get that?
I found it in a cave. The owner mentioned you in his journal. I thought it might interest you.
Stork's dead? Sad news, even if he did steal this bow from me. It's a good thing you found it. I sort of owed it to a local tree thane. Long story. I hope you'll accept this for a reward.
Interesting. Where am I at now? Oh, 1820. Okay. So we've actually been here before. We came here with Vanus Galarian when we were doing the Cold Harbor Assault quest. We came here to have an audience with the Queen here. King Cameron.
You're a bold one to approach so fearlessly. Give me a good reason to speak with you. I'll make it seem like you're here at my request. Otherwise, my subjects will think you cut the line and start sizing you up for dinner.
Queen Irene sent me to help deal with the unrest.
How thoughtful. I could hardly turn down such a generous gift. Especially with the trouble brewing in Eldenroot.
Complete quest.
How are you at building embassies? You see, Queen Irene promised one would be built for the Khajiit as a gesture of goodwill. But now a year has passed and there's still no Khajiit embassy. This has led to no end of headaches.
What has caused the delay?
Good question. You wish to serve the Camoran throne? You can start by asking Prince Naaman why his people aren't fulfilling their promises. He's the one who seems to have the entire Elden Tree lodged up his flue. I can say that. I'm the king.
I'll ask Prince Nemian. Oh, there he is. Hello, Prince.
Yes? Quickly now. Don't leave your mouth to hang agape.
King Cameron Iradin says there are some problems with the Khajiit embassy.
That again? My sister, Queen Irene, foolishly committed to build the Khajiit an embassy months ago. Everything was to be handled through Ambassador Tarinwe at the Ultima Embassy.
Why has it been delayed?
No, you don't get to question me. Not after you slew High Kin Lady Estri. Do you think I'm one to have a chat with the person who killed my wife? That will break out the Sylphmead and share a good laugh?
Dude, she was literally destroying a city and had summoned Dagon's power. Like, what was I supposed to do? I think Queen Irene trusts you to put the Dominion's interests before your own.
I suppose that's my burden. Very well. I won't give you the satisfaction of doubting my loyalty. You were asking after the Khajiit?
Yes, what could have delayed their embassy's construction?
Ask a stonemason. I have to prepare for the ratification ceremony before Queen Irene's arrival. I can't be troubled with such minor issues. If you care to pursue the matter, speak with Ambassador Tarinwe at the Ultima Embassy.
What's a ratification ceremony?
An archaic wood elf ritual. If she dances to their tune, Queen Irene will be recognized by the heavens as a worthy candidate for Emperor of Tamriel. Rubbish, if you ask me.
And with all that's happening, why did Queen Irene offer to build the Khajiit an embassy?
To promote harmony, she'd tell you. The same reason she picked this bizarre tree city as the Dominion's capital. She wants every member of the Dominion to feel as though they're equal.
You disagree with Queen Irene's plans?
Oh, we need to be unified against our enemies. And having a high elf in charge is paramount to our success. But do we really need all this coddling? The ratification ceremony, the business with the embassy, more problems due to harmony?
I don't like him. I don't like him at all.
You're not one for waiting in lines, are you? You're confident, I'll give you that. Strode right up to the king.
Who are you?
Azerith, Vine Dusk Ranger. You could say we keep King Camoran Eredon in touch with his people. Watch yourself. The boughs of the Elden Tree are bright and beautiful, but they cast long shadows.
What do you mean?
A year ago, the king nearly lost Eldenroot to a civil war. People have long memories. But that's old news. Just keep your wits about you and you'll be fine.
To be fair, his wife did go on a genocidal rampage by using the power of Merus Dagon. This is after she founded a genocidal, xenophobic, racist group with the sole purpose of overthrowing Queen Irene.
I suppose a wanderer like you wouldn't know what busy looks like. I will demonstrate. Feel free to observe, quietly and from a distance.
Prince Namion said I should speak with you.
Oh, forgive my manners. There's so much to do in preparing for Queen Irene's ratification ceremony. Tempers fray, as I'm sure you can understand. But if Prince Naaman sent you, it must be important. What can I do for you?
Why isn't the Khajiit embassy constructed yet?
Why would Prince Naaman care about that? If they are too lazy to build their own embassy, can't they afford an inn?
Prince Namion said it was your responsibility.
Well, of course, I ordered it done. I hired some wood elves to excavate the stone and set aside supplies for Khajiit to use. It isn't my fault if the locals couldn't do their jobs.
Where are the supplies?
Check our storeroom. The Khajiit didn't even bother to pick up the supplies. In the meantime, I'm off to locate Prince Naaman. If he didn't send you here with his blessing, I'll see you face Dominion justice.
Uh-huh. I think you'll find that...
We'll see what Prince Naaman thinks of your impertinent questions.
And we'll see what happens when you try to report an Eye of the Queen.
Some people don't like the bustle of cities, but I come from a big family, so it reminds me of home.
I think you're in for the nastier shock. Corporal?
That's far enough. The storeroom is off limits. Ambassador Turin weighs orders.
The ambassador sent me to inspect the storeroom.
She did? That's different then. Show me her orders and I'll stand aside.
She didn't give me any orders.
Then I can't let you inside. Her instructions were very specific. No one gets in without her written permission. I'm to remain at my post until relieved. Except in an emergency, of course.
What kind of emergency?
The Khajiits could riot. That would be bad. Very bad. Or a fire, of course. But the chances of that happening are slim.
If you don't step aside, you're going to have an emergency.
What? Did you hear that? I could have sworn it was my captain calling me away.
That's right. The blankets inside this crate are full of holes and the tools are broken. All the supplies inside are worthless. Is anybody surprised? I don't think so. So the food is full of rotten meat, old bones, and spoiled grain. There's nothing edible inside.
Where is the guard? And what are you doing here? I'd expected you would solve problems at the embassy, not cause them. Do you realize what's happening out here? Oh, never mind. Explain what you were doing in that storeroom.
Ambassador Terwin sent me to search the storeroom.
Why would she do that? Oh, never mind. Well, what did you find?
Supplies reserved for the Khajiit are useless.
Typical bureaucratic corruption. I expected better of the ambassador. No matter. Supplies can be replaced. What about the Khajiit embassy? Did she say why construction hasn't begun?
She said she hired a local work crew to collect stone from the nearby ruins.
What do you mean, collect stone? That should have happened months ago. They should be ready to build it. I'll talk to the ambassador myself. Put the fear of the Dominion into her.
The ambassador said she was headed to look for you.
I'm surprised we didn't pass each other on the road. Get to those ruins and find that work crew. I want to know why they haven't done their jobs. I won't have Queen Irene's word impugned by someone else's incompetence.
You know, it says a lot about him that he never refers to the Queen as his sister. And she is. She is his elder sister. Multiple cuts on the wood elf from an axe. This is bad. Okay. The surface of this cart is covered with the layer of fine dust. It appears to have been hacked apart.
Saw you standing over the body of a dead wood elf. Nearly put an arrow in your throat. Good thing I recognize you.
Azareth, what are you doing here?
King Camoran Eredon had his suspicions about the embassy. Asked me to look into the matter, quietly. We both have a stake in this. We should work together, see where it leads.
How much do you know about what's going on?
I know enough. Khajiit owed an embassy. They're angry the High Elves are dragging their feet to build it. Seemed like politics until a dozen stonemasons vanished without a trace. The king sent me to find out why.
Why did the king send you?
Before the Dominion, King Camoran Eredon nearly lost a civil war. I came to see if the missing stonemasons were targeted by the Blacksap rebellion. But Blacksap would have displayed the bodies, not left them as food for Horvor.
Then who did this?
The king suspects Ambassador Tarinwe has been up to no good. Little things, some of her associations. But he can't accuse his allies of undermining the whole alliance. So he sent me to deal with it.
Deal with it how?
Ambassador Tarinwe used criminals to smuggle supplies. Never directly, but enough for us to notice. I'm not saying she had these stonemasons killed, but I'd like to ask her myself. Problem is, there's nothing we can do while she's in the Altmer embassy.
Ambassador Terwin left the Altmer embassy earlier after I questioned her.
If she left the embassy, she knows someone's onto her. She'll go to ground, try to flee. Have someone smuggle her out of Grotwood. We should probably stop her. Meet me by the Middens, at the base of the Elden Tree. I'll be there shortly.
Alright, I'll meet you there.
Let's ride!
Hold still.
They call this place the Middens because it's where all the refuse ends up. We clear them out now and again, but they always come back. Necessary evil, I'm told.
Are you certain the ambassador is inside?
Spoke with someone I trust. She's definitely here. We should get moving. We're not far behind her.
What's the plan till we find her?
Capture her, bring her in for questioning. Find proof she's behind this so Prince Naaman doesn't explode with outrage. Never thought I'd hunt a High Elf ambassador.
What can we expect to find in the Middens?
Smugglers, skooma addicts, and more than a few criminals. They keep to themselves, but sometimes they band together to repel outsiders. Kind of like a filthier version of the Dominion.
How do you recommend we proceed?
Our goal is to find Ambassador Tarinwe before she buys passage out of Grotwood. Staying in the shadows, avoiding unnecessary conflict. That's what I'd do. But there's a lot of ground to search. I'll follow your lead.
It's been a while since I did this quest, so...
Could you help me?
supremacist soldier. Why don't we just call them what they are? Veiled heritage.
Prince Naaman sent someone to the embassy. We have to leave before we're discovered.
I hope you're watching.
For the heretics!
Whew, that was a bit of a warm-up.
On your feet. You're coming with me.
Why? Where are you taking me?
To King Camoran Eredon, where you'll answer for crimes against the Dominion.
He'll have me killed and served for dinner.
Only if you're proven guilty. And if you are, none of us could stomach you. Now get moving!
Alright, well, let's return to Elden Root. That was quick.
Good working with you. I'll take her from here. You should inform the king of the good news.
Now, one thing I should mention about the main quest of this area, it's not as linear as other zones. What I mean by that is once I get to a certain point, it's going to branch off, and you can do them in any order after that. So, just be aware of that. So, it won't be as linear as other zone quests can be. And there's a particular reason why I'm avoiding doing, there's a particular reason why I've avoided doing the quest up here just yet. Despite having stuff to do in Coromont, I am directly avoiding going to Coromont for the time being because there's a very specific reason, like, why. It just makes things a little bit easier, so, if I wait. See, that's the Mages Guild, there's the Fighters Guild over there, and this is the Throne Room.
You've returned. What have you learned of the Khajiit embassy?
Ambassador Terowin conspired against the Dominion.
Oh, good. Nothing I enjoy more than talk of conspiracy. Did the ambassador have a manifesto? They usually have manifestos. No matter. I trust you resolved it.
I captured the ambassador, yes.
Splendid. I'll allow you the honor of informing Prince Naaman. Why not tell him the duly selected High Elf ambassador was working against the very Dominion she pledged to support? I'll sit in my throne and try not to gloat.
He's gonna try not to gloat. I just love that because it's very clear that he is going to gloat.
I heard what you said to the king. Ambassador Tarinwe, a traitor, my wife's killer, a loyal servant, and I, Queen Iren's representative in Elden Root, required to thank you for your efforts. Very well. I'll provide no reason to question my duty to the Dominion.
What will happen to Ambassador Terowin?
We'll interrogate Ambassador Tarinwe until we know the extent of her treason. Then she'll die, as all traitors must. But no matter. Your efficiency in resolving this matter was commendable, and the Dominion rewards its servants.
Year of the Queen.
Ambassador Tarinwe's betrayal could not have been more absolute. She knew the details of the ratification ceremony, which puts Queen Iren at risk. It's my sister's own fault. She thought to appease the Sylvanar and the Main by agreeing to this foolish process.
What do you mean?
The ratification ceremony ends with the orrery, an ancient device beneath Elden Root. It will divine Queen Iren's capacity to become Empress, or some such. But Ambassador Tarinwe assisted in the preparations. I must assume she tried to sabotage the proceedings.
Will you cancel the ceremony?
Doing so would make Queen Irene look weak. No, we must proceed. You've proven your competence, so I'll ask you to speak with Melaras. He's an expert on the orrery and knows what must be done. Quite pleasant once you grow accustomed to the smell.
I'll speak with Melaras.
The preparations for this ratification ceremony seem endless. But I'm up to the task.
Why can't Queen Irene delay the ceremony?
She asked how she could prove herself their rightful leader. The Sylvanar suggested the orrery nonsense, and the Main agreed. Of course, neither will be present to see it, yet my sister is held to her pledge. How unexpected.
Why aren't they here?
Khajiiti political excuses are impossible to discern. I know the Main will not be present, and that's all I care to know. As for the Sylvanar, he died on Kenathi's roost. Thought he could negotiate with the filthy sea elves.
I mean, I know about that. I was there when he died. Will any of the Queen Irene's allies witness the ceremony?
King Camoran Eredan. It's beneath his city, so there's no turning him away. And myself, of course.
Please don't mind Prince Naaman. Ambassador Turinwe's betrayal is a shock to us all. But no matter, the orrery must work flawlessly for the Queen. That's what we will ensure.
What do you know of the orrery?
Enough to be of service. The orrery hasn't functioned as intended for ages. We planned to use some rather delicate magic to trick it into operation. But if Prince Naaman believes there was sabotage, we must look to an alternative method.
What sort of alternative?
Why, we'll look to the past. According to legend, the orrery required a skilled operator, an alien source of power, and a divine spark before it would function. Without all three, it won't do anything but spin. Quite pretty, but not very useful.
Who can operate the orrery?
Conservator Daraneth maintains the orrery and has studied the Aeliad monitoring rituals. Unfortunately, she was called away to South Point for a personal matter. If you can locate her and convince her to return, we'll have our operator.
Explain what you mean by a divine spark.
I've researched this a bit. Really, you need to be in 3 places at once. Simple, right? But the Fallen Esti winter site is rumored to hold a relic of the Khajiiti thief god. For our purposes, Radchin's mantle will serve as the divine spark. If it's truly there, of course.
Where can I find an alien source of power?
The Heart of Innumerable originally brought life to the orrery, according to the texts. It long ago went missing. But a member of the local Mages Guild named Laranalda theorizes it's in a local Aeliad ruin. She's currently at the Reliquary of Stars, seeking the Heart of Innumerable.
Alright, I know what I need to find.
Wonderful! Have anything you find sent directly to the orrery. Once everything is in place, we can begin the ratification ceremony. And do refrain from referring to Conservator Daraneth as a missing element.
I mean, that's fair. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and move myself to the next outside the next location where we're going to be next stream. But this is a good place to end off for today. I want to thank you for watching. If you did, I hope to catch you next week as we continue more of the Elder Scrolls Online Grotwood as we prepare for High Isle's launch in just 4 more streams until we have 4 more streams, and then after that will be the launch of High Isle. So, and I honestly think we can be done with Grotwood by the time we get there. So we will be working our way to South Point, which is the first location we're going to go to. So we're going to head south next time and clear anything in our path, and then we will get to South Point, and then we'll start working our way north up the coast to the Falsteady winter site. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you did, hope to catch you next time as we continue more of the Elder Scrolls Online as Reewish, the Mighty Battle Lizard. See you next time, everyone. Goodbye.